Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us today to learn how Scout can revitalize your intersection. My name is Summer Johnson. I'm the Product Marketing Specialist for Cubic Transportation Systems ITS Solutions, and I'll be moderating this Q&A session. In a minute, our product manager, Sean Alford, will give a brief presentation to explain the new features and benefits of Scout. Don't forget to use the Q&A feature at the bottom of your screen so we can answer your questions and discuss your intersection scenarios at the end. Sean, take it away.
Thank you, Summer. Hello, all. Not sure if you're webbed in or if you've called in, but we appreciate your attendance. We're going to be talking about today Scout 85.3. My name is Sean Alford. I'm not sure if anybody's having any connection problems or anything, but I hope not. I'm the product manager for the controller applications here at Cubic, and I pretty much work directly with developers and operating system application developers, providing focus and use case examples for our Scout releases. Topic today again is going to be Scout 85.3, which is released today. So going into it a little bit, my agenda today is really pretty simple. Going to go through a brief Scout introduction, go through some of the features and some of the benefits of Scout, kind of a technical overview of what's going to be required, and then we'll do some question and answers. So a little introduction. Scout software was released in the early part of 19, derived from software we kind of developed for the city of Houston. Originally built and released for the Commander controller, now we've made it available on all other Linux platforms. Sure you've seen Scout as a recent add to the Free the MIBs campaign, and we are committed to open communication protocols. Scout is also ATC cabinet ready with some new screens and new IO things that we've done. So, too far. Sorry. Some of the features and benefits. So with improved ring logic development, Scout can support expanded parameters for complex needs of intersections. We've built some new overlap types for driving transit and providing some other PED movement options. Coordination improvements for expansion, now offering a free ring selection, so where it can run without coordination. We also made some flashing yellow arrow improvements to help control impact of termination of the overlap. As well, a better web browser experience was released with 85.3. Currently follows the classic controller screen view to keep some familiarity. This web module can be enabled or disabled, and it's not hardware specific. So we offer the browser now on the 1C, 98ATC, or the Commander remotely. Controller Purdue data codes have been updated to meet the newest standards and is ready for SPM solutions. We have updated decoder that will also be released with 85.3. Some new changes with 85.3 as well are some IO pin mapping screens. We've actually labeled the pins with the numbers to relate to the Caltrans or the ATC or the ABC connectors. All of this work's been enhanced and should make it a lot easier to change as you need. A controller restart option was added. This is how you accept pin changes. Another little added benefit, it causes the intersection to go to an all red state, which makes it a pretty safe way to put an intersection into Flash for technicians. We've got some flash and yellow arrow output changes. Flash and yellow arrows have been around for years with different iterations used to provide that fourth output to a signal head. Scout has customizable options to achieve any flash and yellow arrow mode there is. Scout also offers a few new methods to terminate the flash and yellow arrow. When conflicting demand is present, we can offer a single ring termination, or we can place calls to side streets or go all red as we were before. An improved flashing yellow arrow minimum time parameter provides a kind of a check to force off before activating to prevent a short flashing yellow arrow cycle. Now you've heard about the independent PED overlap. It's another option for PED traffic. PED 1 type used phase, PED, and clearance times. This overlap has independent times and just bridges across included phases using conflicting phasing and different options in the overlap to be able to really control that output. With rest and walk, it really seems to make a pretty nice option. It allows non-conflicting phases to begin early, depending on demand. It's beneficial to intersections with big medians or large PED clearances. Coordination improvements include an increased number of alternate tables and plans with patterns, splits, actions, all the way up to 253, as you see in the chart. We made calculation improvement to support multi-ring sequences and complex barriers and movable barriers. The new free ring option, as I was saying, allows selected rings to run free while in coordination and is selectable by pattern. I know y'all seen some of these screens possibly, but 12 preempt inputs are available now with optional priority settings, creating a preempt priority group, if you will. We've increased logic statement rows. At 76, we had 20 needed the expansion. So now we have 100 lines of logic in Scout. And also providing the controller can support it, Scout can receive SIU or BIU SDLC in parallel for inputs. So what's needed for Scout? You have to have the 980 or Commander or the 1C. The first version 5 engine board is kind of where introduced in around 2012. V6 engine boards came out around 2020, the beginning of 2020. Current engine boards are all version 6 and are sold on every unit today. Version 6 engine boards, as you probably have heard, can be upgraded even in the 980 ATC with the V5 engine boards. So some of the upgrading points to Scout is take your old hardware that you've already invested in and revitalize it. It gives you the latest functionality and features on the previous purchased hardware. Commanders, 980 ATC, and 1C CPUs can all be upgraded with a tool to upgrade the firmware and the operating system to the latest for the entire controller. Provides agencies with mixed hardware to have all consistent software in their intersections. We have Cubic, as you've heard, have adapted changes for the ITS market, providing our MIBs and are continually adding for expanding standards.
Hey, Sean, really quick, it looks like we had a raised hand.
Okay.
If you'd like to drop your, I didn't see whose hand was raised, but if you'd like to drop a question in the chat, we can answer your question at the end. Thank you.
Sorry about that. Okay, so so upgrading from previous versions of controller software has always been a challenge. Thanks to a joint effort between ATMS and Scout development. ATMS 2.11 provided a conversion tool that's been improved on now with the 2.12 release that's upcoming. Linux-based V5 or V6 platforms with current engine board operating systems will be upgraded with this tool to the latest factory default. And license for Scout, once upgraded, is required. Just quick summary. I believe we're the only vendor that can provide our latest controller software to existing hardware. We've tried to make it easy by upgrading the controller with just a simple USB and a couple keystrokes. Converting databases is easy with the 2.11, 2.12 HMS. 2.12 will be required for 85.3. An agency can upgrade all their controllers in a pretty short amount of time with these tools. And 980 ATC controllers, as you know, has been a solid, trusted platform. And Commander controllers, they have that extra processing power that we're going to need for tomorrow. Scout Upgrade provides our customers the ability to get the latest with new features continually being developed. With that, I appreciate everybody's attention and support. COVID has affected us all. Doing a webinar is not really my thing. I'm normally a person-to-person, face-to-face type of guy, but I do thank you all for attending, and we'll go to Summer and get some questions. So thank y'all.